Draft, obviously the story, how the quarterbacks will shake out at the top. Justin Fields, odds to be drafted by the 49ers rising over the last day or so. Former Niner Richard Sherman doubling down on his prediction that San Francisco will take Fields with that third pick. He said this: I still think Fields is the pick. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't think Kyle and John ever show their hands, and I think speculation, I've never seen speculation to the point that it is right now. This is a feverish pitch of speculation. It's just ridiculous, and then it's almost like a smokescreen because every mock has Mac Jones. Nick, let me start with you. You buying the Niners' interest in Mac Jones is real, or is it all just a smokescreen to grab Justin Fields there at 3?
I have thought all along this is a smokescreen, and I feel like this is a vindication, not only for me, but more importantly than for me, for logic, for reasoning, for the college football season mattering. And I hate to do this to my dear friend Coach Mangini, but I'm going to 8-mile this segment, and I'm going to take his line from him. Yes, Coach, I once upon a time was very potentially wrong about an Ohio State quarterback. It happened. I did really like Dwayne Haskins. It's true. It's on my resume. I have to own that. However, that does not mean Justin Fields is not awesome. And more importantly, and this is something, Coach, I think we will agree on, the argument for Mac Jones is safe, stable, smart, these things. The argument is not superstar upside. And I don't think you can justify trading 3 first-round picks for safe and stable. I think, Coach, if you're running a team and you make the choice, we are going to trade 3 first-round picks, it's not because you're looking for safe and stable, it's because you're looking for superstar. And so for all those reasons, I think Justin Fields has always been the pick, and I think he's going to end up being the pick, Coach.
I am so proud of you that you admit you're wrong proactively before I come on to the segment, because that saves us both a lot of time.
Makes things easier for you.
I think that's it's very efficient. I appreciate that. And look,
no problem.
I don't think safe and stable doesn't mean that the player can't be extremely successful. And this idea that coaches start with when the play breaks down and the guy has to be mobile, and that's the starting point. Is he can he generate something when the play that I've called fails? Coaches don't go into the equation with that as the starting point. They're looking at for a player that can run their offense successfully, that can throw the ball when the whole world knows they have to throw the ball and can do it efficiently. And if they feel that Mac Jones is that player, I don't think that's a knock. I don't think that's saying he's just safe and stable and has no upside. It's saying that he has the upside of running my offense really efficiently. So I don't get the logic of he can't run, so therefore he can't justify this pick. Look at the guys that can't run. They've justified their pick over time. Manning, Brady, even Eli Manning. There's a lot of Super Bowls between those 3 guys over the last 20 years, and none of them could run.
Yeah, listen, I'm buying this, Coach. I'm with you here. When you look at Mac Jones, what does he do well? He throws the deep ball with accuracy, and there's some people that believe he throws the best deep ball in this draft. He's super smart. I talked to Devontae Smith, his wide receiver, just asking him, and I shared this before. Man, what makes this kid special? He said, Brandon, he's the smartest dude in the building, and that's including coaches. He knows everything that's going on. And look, when you look at the 49ers, they're an organization that believes that, there's really no true value when you're picking at the bottom of the first. So this whole notion, they're giving up 3 first-rounders for this kid. Well, what are those first-rounders really worth? And then when you look at Mac Jones, he's probably the one that's really pro-ready right now. What does that mean? Well, there's only a few coaches, there's only a few schools that develop players at the college level that come in, teaches them X's and O's, teaches them the fundamentals. Everybody else is all a recruiting service. That's what these other programs are. They tell you what you need to hear, they wow you to get you in the program, and they're on to the next. Not Saban. Saban, he does a phenomenal job recruiting, but he also to the script and develop players. So when you think about this kid, he's someone that can come in right away and probably jump in any offense and execute it at a high level. Now, at the end of the day, when the smoke clear, like Richard Sherman said, I truly believe it's going to be Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. I just can't see them passing up on that talent, but the interest is real. They're doing their due diligence.
So, Coach, to what Brandon said, is there a Nick Saban factor that we're not taking into account here? That because Tua has, looks like he's going to be successful, Jalen had a good start, and now Mac Jones, where I think there was a knock that, Alabama guys surrounded by pros at wide receiver, the offensive line surrounded by pros, your center is like the best center in the country. But now if Mac Jones goes, you could have 3 Alabama guys starting. So is Nick Saban a factor that if you're considering Justin Fields versus Mac Jones, the Saban factor would move Mac Jones up?
No, if anything, the Saban factor would move Mac Jones down because he is playing with a tremendous amount of talent. And when you look at that system, it's about as close to a pro system as you can get. So now you wonder how much can this player develop because you know how much development he's gone through. And to Richard Sherman's comments, if there was a smokescreen, I'd say the smokescreen is for the Jets. If you did really love Justin Fields and you're drafting number 3, I would get pushing Mac Jones to not let the Jets suddenly fall in love with Justin Fields. And this process, things change dramatically over the weeks of the draft process and even late in the draft process. And if suddenly Justin Fields became the hot guy, there's nothing that says the Jets can't change their mind and draft him. That, to me, is where the value of a smokescreen would come in.
So, Coach, you just made our producer Matt Katanik's day because he has been pushing that viewpoint nonstop for a month. That the idea is, and by the way, it's not a bad one, that the Niners took if the Niners really were focused on one guy, and you're not trading up to 1, but you know who's going 1, and you're not trading up to 2, there is a risk factor of, well, what if our one guy goes number 2? And if they really were focused on Justin Fields the whole time and they just want to make sure there is nobody in the Jets room that says, hey, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are pretty smart. They seem to love Justin Fields. Are we sure we love Zach Wilson? I think it's a legitimate point, and our producer Ket has been saying it for a while, and now you're echoing it, so I buy that. I just want to ask you one other follow-up before we move off this, Coach. Let's just assume the Niners get it right, that whomever they pick ends up being a franchise quarterback. Do you agree with me that if the Niners get the right quarterback, they become the team to beat in the NFC moving forward? Because the quarterbacks in the NFC have something in common. They're older. Like Brady is older and, well, much older. Rodgers is getting there. Russ is, not old, but also the relationship with Seattle seems to be hit and miss. The Dak is young and good, but the defense is terrible. We don't yet know on Kyler. The Rams just got a new quarterback in Stafford. I feel like the Niners, if they get the quarterback right, are going to be year over year one of, if not the favorites in the conference. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, if you hit on a franchise quarterback, Nick, you have a chance to be competitive for the Super Bowl year in and year out. If you get it right, and to add him to that mix in San Francisco, where it is a really good system, and it is a system that will be patient enough to run the ball, regardless of what external factors people and pressures are to throw the ball. That's one of the things that I love about Kyle Shanahan is his willingness to have that balance, regardless of what the rest of the world thinks. But yeah, if whoever hits on the franchise guy has a chance year in and year out. But the great thing about this process is next year we'll be talking about 4 or 5 guys who are generational talents who are going to change the way the league plays. And it's the same every year.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah,
every
Coach.
single year.
That's why Nick loves you so much. I know, but it's this year. We're excited about it, and in 13 days, we're going to get all our questions answered. Yes, we are. All right, stick around. We got to get back to some basketball now. Clippers, Sixers tonight from Philadelphia. Two of the hottest teams in basketball.